Greetings, Pisces, and welcome to your divinely guided rune reading here for the week. In your energetic past, we have the rune of Othala. Now, that has the lines going like making that inverted V shape for that structure at the bottom. That's very stable energy. So, Othala, this is the rune of legacy. This is the rune of foundations, where you get to build your stable structure. So you could have been looking at an inheritance or income windfall, something like that, from like a relative in your near energetic past, or maybe even going over your own like wills, deeds, things like that, or maybe just looking at aspects of your life of what is perpetual versus what is transitory. So, what is something that's going to last 7 generations in a healthy way, like our indigenous relatives like to practice, or what's simply going to last 1 or 2 generations, like a little bit of money, right? So, this is either challenged or blessed with aspects of this in your energetic past here, Pisces. Please take what resonates, leave what doesn't. As we get into your energetic now, it's the rune of null these. Null these sounds like now this. And so this is like you're grounded in this energy to start off with on your divinely guided path, right? When the lines are going straight down, this grounded energy, straight up, that line is divinely connected. That's your divine connection path, right? That you're on. And then now this log is blocking your path when you're going down the path. So it needs to be fully like taken care of, transmuted, addressed, balanced, however you want to look at it. So you're going down your path. Now this log is blocking your path. You need to balance out that need, constraint, or limitation. Something that came up could have been like an unexpected bill or a bill that you forgot to pay, something as simple as that, for instance. Okay, please take what resonates here and leave what doesn't. This is actually, even in my opinion, more balancing out what your wants versus your needs are, what your limitations are versus what your actual limitations are. We think what we think and what our reality are sometimes two very different things. So that's actually calling us into balance in those aspects as well. In your energetic outcome, not the outcome, in your very near future is Algies. This is still that nice grounded energy. Again, that line going straight down, and there's that line going straight up with that divine connection again. So Algies with the antlers here at the top as well. The elk rune of Algies is very beautiful. It's a very divine connection and protection sort of rune. This is one of the most well-known protection sigils out there. So I like to call this the rune of faith, especially when it's in something like this sort of energetic position. In your energetic near future here, with your divine defense. So I see you're transmuting Nalvis into your faith, right? Maybe a defensive sort of posture. Maybe somebody in your family doesn't like what you're doing, and you're kind of taking that maybe a step forward in faith, like almost a guarded step, like just knowing you have your antlers up, so to speak, in case they're going to sling some stuff at you, you know. But knowing that you are divinely connected, you're divinely protected, you have your built-in divine protection in your antlers, and you're grounded in every step like the majestic elk here in the future. Which still, that's great. You have your increased sense of faith. This isn't saying like you're going to have to take a defensive posture, but you could just be having an improved sense of awareness of faith, what faith means to you. Is it blind faith? Is it practical faith? Just aspects of your defense, your protection. How do you feel as far as you're safeguarding your spiritual legacy out there? Maybe you're wanting to leave behind a healthy spiritual practice for your children or your grandchildren or something like that out there. right? Please take what resonates and leave what doesn't here, Pisces. Let's get a rune for your energetic influence, though, for right now. Your energetic influence is in Nalthis. Or excuse me, not Nalthis, it's Therisas. Excuse me. And so Therisas is the rune of the hammer or the thorn or the giant hill. So there's the giant hill. You need to overcome it fully, or else you're not going to get to the other side, obviously. The thorn, you want to pull it out thoroughly, fully, or you're going to get an infection. But I like to view this or interpret this as the hammer of like Thor's hammer of Mjolnir, the lightning quick strike of that follow through, that thorough action. Like once the hammer starts flying, there's no stopping it. It's very grounded energy with the line at the bottom there, very divinely guided energy here with a connection at the top. And it's very focused on moving forward, on piercing forward. So remember, the hammer can build, it can destroy, or it can protect. The choice is always up to you. So whatever this influence here is, Pisces, it's a very thorough, actionable. This could even be like a defensive or ego-driven sort of energy. So just be careful that you're maybe doing a check-in, being grounded with this energy. This might be a reactive energy. Okay, that's just something that intuitively popped in my head. Somebody out there needed to hear that.
When the veil grows thin and whispers call, truth and shadow dance for all. Runes reveal what hearts may hide, guiding your spirit from inside. The spirits stir, the old paths wake, the runes speak truths no mask can fake. Readings await, message below, to find out what only runes can show. Like, comment, subscribe, and share, their wisdom moves through midnight air. If not your sign, still cross-watch through. Sun, moon, and rising call to you. Now breathe, return where fate is weaving, back to your Samhain rune reading.
What's your advice for the year now? Advice for right now is be in your stance of your what you know to be true, your sense of justice. This is the God Tears rune of Tiwaz. This is that arrow of success, that upward trajectory, that vector of victory. This is sticking up for yourself, sticking up for what is right, sticking up for others, right? Sense of justice. Very Libra kind of the scales of justice kind of energy come to mind. All right, high priest kind of energy there. Or here's the advice warning is that the god Tyr, he sacrificed his arm to stave off Ragnarok. So that's kind of like a martyr energy. So when you are sticking up for what is right, be knowledgeable and accepting of what it is that you're sacrificing. Okay? Because there is a little bit of martyr energy showing up whenever you are disciplined in anything. There are going to be aspects that are going to feel or to die off or be stagnant according to adverse flow of your trajectory. So again, just be wary of what you're sticking up for, making sure you're balancing that out, right? Your needs, constraints, limitations. You have that energy right now. This is very thorough energy, and you're knowing that your advice is to transmute that into your daily practice, sticking up for what you know is right, sticking up for what you know to be true. All right. And you're going to have that increased sense of faith and still you're very grounded in this energy throughout this practice, through this victory, and through that victory and that reassurance of that you're divinely protected. So these kind of go hand in hand. Augis and Tiwaz here kind of give each other energy and reinforcement. And this is letting you know that, yes, you are going from a good foundation, a good legacy, a good kind of like a jumping off point, like a healthy aspect of what you want to leave behind, and having a better sense of faith in that through what you're doing right now, through your showing up for yourself and your dedication, your practices, you're balancing out your needs, constraints, limitations thoroughly. Yeah, that was a mouthful. Okay, through that, though, in your energetic outcome here, Pisces, is Radho. Radho is it's staying in lockstep with flow. This is very grounded energy, again, with that line going straight down, but there's that one little line that looks like a foot going forward constantly. It's always in step with divine flow. It's remaining in flow to your divinely guided path, to being present, to being in the now. So in your energetic outcome position, this is more feeling like you are more present. You are more in the now in your day-to-day practices and your discipline work. You are more present with the energies in your life when you are more direct, when you are more balanced in those energies, right? Very stoic kind of energies I'm feeling here with this. But through that, it is a lot easier for you to be present and reciprocate that flow, that being in present energy. All right. This is not remaining in stagnant or abusive or repetitive or any sort of malignant sort of energies, but staying true to your divine source blueprint, remaining in flow, in source with now. And through that, also, you have this beautiful Augies in your near future. You're reinforcing that. Like, hey, look, you get your increased sense of awareness of faith here in yourself, in your divine path, whatever divine path that is for you. Okay. Let's get a card of clarity from the messages from the Fairies Oracle deck. The fairies are divinely guided beings who love to assist us in our journeys. Also, the fairies are deeply connected with Samhain energies. So, fairies, please show us clearly what message of clarity do you have for us, for Pisces, for this week, for their divinely guided rune reading. Fairies, please show us clearly what message of clarity. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Your desire is within reach, Pisces. Have faith as everything is working in your favor. So it even says have faith. And guess what? Yeah, the more you invest in that faith, the more faith you're going to be getting. Right? Let's read more about that card. I just need to find the page here. Yeah, your desire is within reach, so have faith as everything is working in your favor. Pisces, the fairies sent this card to assure you that your prayers have been heard and are being answered, for the universe is working behind the scenes to help you. Although you may not yet see the results, they're almost visible. Just as the seed germinates below the surface prior to sprouting into a plant, so are your desires evolving into reality. Have faith and trust that everything is working in your favor because it is. Additional meanings for this card, Pisces, are to keep your thoughts positive to attract the most favorable outcome. Another one is to overcome procrastination, simply said, or give any fears or worries to heaven. Or ask for support and accept help as it's offered to you. Or keep going with action steps which will take you in the direction of your dreams. And finally, the last meaning of this card is simply believe in yourself. Namaste, Pisces. Have a blessed and abundant week.